Yeah! Welcome back, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to a little show that we like to call
Roll with the Troll.
Roll with the fucking Troll. Now, on this channel, we talk about all kinds of things. We talk
do.
about Cobra Kai. We
Yep.
talked about The Flash the other day.
Yeah.
All of Ezra Miller's fucking legal problems and
That's a whole channel
confusion,
right there.
personal shit. Yeah, at least one channel. But we also talk a lot about Halloween Ends, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're really into this shit. You know, Halloween 2018 was good. I liked it.
Yep.
I was glad they were continuing on with a different timeline. But Halloween Kills was fantastic.
Yes.
So, and a lot of people thought the opposite for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But now we're getting into Halloween Ends. We're getting close.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot stand hearing fucking Jamie Lee Curtis or anybody saying that this is going to be the worst. We're all going to hate it. Everyone
I know,
very
that's
comfortable.
so weird.
People working at like hotels that are like aware. Seriously, people that have some kind of in on the cast
Yeah?
have all said like, you are going to hate this. You're not going to want to see this at all. One guy was saying, oh, did you like the old movies? Like, yeah, I grew up on them. I really love them. Yeah, you're going to hate this one.
That really worries me.
We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
But we're going in circles. Every time we do a video, we think we're going to land on like, here's the solution. There's no solution. It's just, this is the talk. This is the wrap. So what are we going to do? Why? How do we get Jamie Lee Curtis to shut her trap?
Oh.
And the rest of the cast to stop saying this and to just embrace the damn thing? It's not a good way to build business. I'll tell you that.
Well, I was just going to point out, I mean, that seems like a very weird marketing strategy for someone to go out. I mean, actors have normally been out there just really like, you're going to love this. This is the best cast. We have the best director. Even when they know it's shit. And then there's those few times when the actor tries to drop some subtle hints that, don't get your expectations.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, episode 8. Sure, of course. Hey guys, you're not going to like this.
Right, but to blatantly put it out there, you're not going to like this film. Like, why are you saying that?
They're just putting it, so they're just putting it out for like artsy reasons then? I mean, that's really odd. This is Blumhouse's last go with this, by the way. This is their last, the rights now have gone back to, a COD. So this is it. They're like done with this. And if they go back to a COD, they are going back to a COD, then I don't imagine that they could keep this continuity going. I mean, legally they could, but that's not going to happen. I think it's safe to say this continuity will die with whoever dies in this film. So I don't get it.
Well, I guess I have high hopes for this one because we did like the one in 2018. The next one was even better.
It's much better.
And so I feel like we're getting better with each one in this trilogy. So the third one should be phenomenal. They're out there hating on it.
You know how we did that video a while ago? We called it The Audience Storms Out.
Yeah.
And we were joking that like people were going to get up and just fucking leave, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's a joke. We're not supposed to really.
Here's what just happened. So Jason Blum saw the movie a couple of weeks ago. And all of a sudden, he ordered reshoots.
Oh my!
And like I understand, like you can't mention reshoots without having to point out that doesn't have to mean it sucks, because it really doesn't. The idea is not that he goes to see it and he's going to just love it and not want to add anything or change anything at all. It's that he would probably ask for reshoots. But let's keep in mind, there's so much controversy already about this movie. There's so much like, oh my God, there's so much talk about hating it that I feel like ultimately when there's a lot of controversy and a lot of people disagreeing with the way they're handling it and the way they're going to put this out and them having to come out and tell us publicly that don't get your hopes up, Luke Skywalker isn't going to be the same in this film. I don't think those are good signs at all. That then on top of it, he asked for like quite a few reshoots, I guess. Yeah, my understanding is he wanted to reshoot the beginning and the final scenes and some stuff leading up to the final scenes and some stuff coming after the beginning and then the whole middle. So that does...
That's like the whole thing.
No, I made that up. But,
okay.
But his exact words were, we have a few things left to fix. A few things left to fix. So I wonder what that means. Is that like just like a couple of the lighting, the scenes weren't quite right, and he wanted Michael to use a different knife.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what was the importance of these things that he wants to fix?
Again, I'm going to point some shit out real quick. I believe that ultimately you're making a big group of people, of the audience, happy if you just kill off Michael at the end, let the good guys win, supposedly, Michael's dead for good, and then you move on. And that'd be a traditional ending, right?
Yeah.
And that would satisfy a good chunk of the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
The more hardcore fans are a little different. We see Michael more as almost a good guy. And we see Laurie Strode. Like, I think of Laurie Strode as the bad guy. You know what I mean? Because she was babysitting, and you shouldn't be doing that. So
of course,
that's the way I'm gonna go. I don't think she should have been babysitting those kids.
Oh my!
So for Michael to come along and try to take her head off, I think is legit. I think that's appropriate response to babysitting in Haddonfield.
I guess if he were doing it to protect the children in somehow, but no, he was killing the kids too. So you're a little off on this one.
At least he's not forcing them into transgender reassignment surgery.
Here we go.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, there are like literally kindergarten teachers that are like, uh-oh, Sandy just mentioned she thinks she's a boy.
Let's
pump her up with hormones.
Let's just focus on Halloween.
Michael Myers is a good guy compared to them. And he's certainly a better person than that Laurie Strode. Oh, Michael would never pump a kid full of hormones, I'll tell you that.
Okay, we're going to focus now on Halloween.
All right. Okay? That's why they're going to hate. So the point is, this whole notion that there's going to be hate for the film, I would imagine just means that they're not going to give us one of the two traditional endings you'd expect. Either Michael wins or Michael loses. They're going to do just something to just disintegrate the whole fucking thing, to go somewhere in between that spectrum, those two ends of it, and just turn it into, okay, well, now we're going to like uncover why Michael's Michael. We talked about that.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's some forgiveness, and that wouldn't surprise me, frankly, because Jamie Lee Curtis has said, I know that she and Nick Castle said that they cried when they rehearsed their final scene together. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think you would cry if one of you butchered the other one and there was blood everywhere?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think and they like went off alone to talk about it. Yeah. I think they made out, personally.
Oh, come on.
I think she's like, you know what? Fuck it. We're old now.
Well, they're not that juvenile.
Okay, well, so that's the story. Is they went somewhere and they cried together and they talked about this final scene. That does not sound to me like a murderous scene that we'd expect. I think they somehow make peace at the end. That does sound like we'll hate this film.
Yeah,
right.
You're right. That would split it down the middle.
Because that disappoints everybody. There's like literally, if there's maybe like 60% of us that want to see her get butchered, and then 40% that actually want to see Michael really lose. There's 0% that are like, you know what I could really use? I want a hug and a little kiss, and I'm sorry about all that. Nobody wants that.
No.
That's a weird ending.
Yeah.
And they teased a little bit of that in Halloween Resurrection, I felt like. When she gives him that little kiss on the cheek and she says like, goodbye, Michael, or something. That was different. The timeline when they're brother and sister, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That there was some level of forgiveness. But this is a mass murderer.
Yeah. Who
she hasn't seen in 40 years. And he's haunted her whole life. And there is no familial connection whatsoever.
Right.
So I don't know. I do think that we will hate this film collectively. All of us, everybody, including Nick Castle and Jamie Lee Curtis, if they do give us an ending where it's some kind of sappy sort of understanding each other kind of thing. Like if it turns into like a dramatic film.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's keep it true to its horror roots, I guess. I don't want to see it all 2022'd out.
I could see that. And people are calling it woke-a-ween. That's not good.
Oh God, really?
And yeah, people are calling it that. The people on the inside that are aware of what's going on. Really? One of our audience members, I believe, said he read the script or something.
Really?
Now, I got to think, though, the only thing with that is there are probably multiple scripts that have gone on over the last year or so.
Yeah.
So, and then if something leaked, it could have been a fake script. You know how they do that sometimes? They'll leak a fake one just so we all think one thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know, you guys. I look, I have high hopes for this, but I also had high hopes for Star Wars Episode 8. I remember I went in and I go, hey, we're going to do this, Voice of Reason. We're going to like this movie. We're going to like this movie. And what happened?
We hated it.
20 minutes in, I was like, I think I'm going to go home.
I was still waiting for the movie to start 20 minutes in. Like, when's it going to start? Because I feel like right now they're just giving us some kind of spoof. Anyway, I digress.
But that's this. We're getting more negative leaks about this one than we had about Episode 8.
That makes it tough because I don't want to waste the money and the time and the gas, for cripe's sake, to go to the movie theater to see it.
Yeah, I know you're asking a lot now for people to go to a movie theater,
right?
Because when you think about it, with gas prices being this fucking high,
it's a huge investment.
It's not just the gas though, but it's also that like a lot of people probably have created a side hustle, right, to try to make up for the Bidenflation.
Yeah,
and then if you didn't already have one, you created one, but if you had one already, you're putting more time into it. So it's more time away from all these things, right? You're probably trying to pick up some overtime at your job and shit. And then it's more money invested. Ticket prices are up. The gas is up. Everything's up.
Yeah.
Thanks to this fucking guy. And I don't mean Michael. Michael should kill him. That's what we need. You know what? Okay, I solved it. When a COD gets the rights back, fuck the timeline. Fuck the whole thing. Michael doesn't even care that it's Halloween or not. Michael's like, I'll do this on Valentine's Day. I don't give a damn. You know who I'm going after. It's Michael versus the Secret Service. How hot would that be?
Yeah.
And he's impervious to everything. Like they don't, and they're yelling at him. They're like, "Are you responsible for January 6th?" And they'll try to lock Michael up, and Michael's not going. That would be a great way to relaunch the franchise.
That would be good.
Oh, I would applaud. Anyway, guys, look. We've been digressing like motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, what do you think, guys? I would like to see an honest, like a serious appraisal as to how many of you believe that we're going to like this film, that just in the end it'll work out, and how many think, yeah, this is doomed.
Yeah.
And even how many of you are excited and how many of you are not. Like, who's for sure going opening night, and who's just thinking, you know what, let's just see what people...
wait for the reviews.
Yeah, wait for like, for sure, we're going opening night.
Yeah, we have to.
I got to see this immediately. There's no question about it. I've been waiting a long time for this. Well, I haven't. I've been waiting a year for this. But I'm very, very, very excited no matter what.
Yeah,
no
but
matter
so
how
help
much.
me if we invest that time and money to get there and buy the ticket and pay the money and the gas and all of that kind of stuff, and it's just a total shit show. I am going to be so mad.
I will be, but in some weird way, because it's different than Star Wars for me in that I loved Halloween Kills so much that I feel like they didn't let me down completely then. With Star Wars, I didn't really care for Episode 7. I hated Episode 8. Yeah. There was no redeeming anything in that whole that Disney trilogy. God. So it's a little bit different here because at least they gave me Halloween Kills. I owe it to, I need to see what they're going to do. And if it's done poorly, at least I'll go, well, it's the same people that gave us Halloween Kills. You know? Yeah. That's why I could never get mad at George Lucas for the prequels, is I still felt like, well, it's still George Lucas doing them. He's still the same guy. Yeah. You know? Yeah. You take the good and the bad when you're committed to something. Look, just ask our audience. You know, they're like, we have a clunker video, and if they really like us, they go, well, that's all right. It's the same guys, the same two people that kept us laughing on some other stuff, right? Yeah. But you know, if you never did anything good for someone in the first place, like Disney with Star Wars. Well, they did Rogue One, so I guess there's that. But anyway, I'm digressing now, too. All right, guys, let us know. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You know, we've talked a lot about this whole thing. We've still got a few more months here to pontificate. Yes. But I really want to know, like, what do we think about Halloween Ends? Is this going to go well, or is it going to be a shit show? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that other shit. Voice of reason, any final thoughts for the audience? Well, I'm just going to reiterate. Hit that like button, please. Yeah, please do support the channel as you already do. Guys, we appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.